good evening, YouTubers. I thought I'd make another hobby journey video. This is for December 2015, before I leave to see my family on Prince Edward Island. Now, it's Christmas Day, but spending Christmas with the in-laws, and then we leave tomorrow to visit my family. And so we'll be on Prince Edward Island until the new year. And I'll be making a few quick videos at the beginning of 2016, discussing my hobby and YouTube plans for the new year. I also need to make a commitment for Idic Beer's a painting challenge, and I think I'll do a 2015 in review video that just kind of looks over the models that I painted over the last 6 months or so. That's basically when I started painting and made my YouTube channel. So I was kind of sick earlier this month. Still have a bit of a cold. Well, more of a cough and a little bit stuffed up, but overall, doing all right. I didn't quite finish all the models that I had planned to paint. I didn't get around to the Wood Elves for the budget of Sigmar. I kind of felt pretty bummed out about that. I really did try to get as many as I could done, and I was really tempted to really push myself and paint for like 30 or 40 hours this past week. But I was like, yeah, I'd rather. He was kind of getting more and more stressed out about it, and it's like, no, that's just stupid. So as long as I finish the December pledge before I begin my January pledge, I'll be all good. So January will be a heavy Wood Elf commitment, and that's fine. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So I will be making a few videos, in the first few days of January. That's kind of my plan, to come back and quickly do those. I also might do a video on the spelling of demon in the very near future. I know a couple people are really interested in that video. I might work on that today. We'll see. I want to make sure I have some really thorough research done. I have a lot of material to talk about. Hopefully it's of interest to some people, because it will be related to Warhammer, but it's mostly like linguistics and history. But anyways, so a review of the models that I painted this month. I'll show them to you right here. And I painted a unit of Gors. So it's a pretty big unit. This unit, it was partially painted. Like I think some of the models did have like a coat or two of paint, but overall it's done. They were rebased onto rounds, and they had two hand weapons, so I switched them out to shields. I did most of that work towards the end of November, so this month was just painting them. I'm pretty happy with the results. As always, they're not like super amazing, but I didn't try to really cut down quality too much, even though I was painting a lot. I mean, I have a hard time doing that. If I see something I don't like, I stick to it until it's finished, although maybe it's not perfect. So a few extra things I did. I tried using these little pieces of grass from the Warhammer kits. Mordheim Turf is what it's called. And then I tried freehand on the banners. That's completely new to me. I was really tempted, as I usually do, just to leave them blank. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to get criticized for that if I post that in the PMP. So, get it done. And then these are the Glade Guard I was supposed to get done. I did not get them done. Clearly, I did pick up a Waywatcher Lord this month. That's one of the things I purchased. But I did get them rebased on rounds and primed, so they're ready to go. I might even get a bit of painting on those tonight. We'll see. I'm going to switch out the shelf here. 1 minute. Whoop. And this is what I also got finished this month. Is 10 best of Gors. So these did have a coat of paint like just armor and skin, so I finished up the on those models. These Ungors were 2 units of Raiders, so I condensed those and rebased them. The same thing with the Beskors, rebased, and finished them up. So I did get quite a bit done. I also painted a Tomb King's Chariot back here, and that was it is a Christmas present for my brother. He'll get that in a couple days. I don't think he watches my channel, so I don't think I'm spilling the beans too much. I've been, over the past few months, when I was in the spring, we were in Washington on the West Coast, Washington State, and he's up in BC. He came down a couple times just to say hi, so I had a few of the models with me. I had my demons with me. They weren't really being painted at the time, and so we kind of got talking about what I wanted to do, and I said I wanted to really, begin getting back into this. I actually had painted like a couple test models back in like February of demons. They were absolutely horrible, like really bad. So I've come a long way from that, and believe me, because they were just atrocious. Anyways, so I started exchanging photos of him every month. When I submit stuff to the PMP, I'd send a little message to him with the models that I painted, and that's about the only experience he knows of Warhammer. My family's largely kind of supportive, but they don't know much about it. So he asked for, after seeing all these models and stuff, he asked for a skeletons riding a chariot. He said he liked skeletons and dragons, and as his 2 things, and everything else he said he didn't care for. But so I said, well, I can do that. I can do skeletons riding a chariot. And, he had no clue what the model range was, but I knew that there was the Tomb King's Chariot, so that's what I got, and that's what I painted. So he'll get that in the next couple days. So I did get some models for Christmas. Obviously, I did pick up the Tomb King's Battalion box. That's where I got the chariot out of, which is good. I would say the 3 weakest fantasy armies that I had were dwarves, wood elves, and Tomb Kings. Dwarves I picked up like a lot off eBay. So model wise, I have there's things missing. There always is in every army, but that's a decent army. I'm fairly happy with that as a collection. Wood elves I'm collecting slowly as part of the budget of Sigmar. And the last army for fantasy that I didn't really have, I did own a couple models. I still I have a Bone Giant and a few other things, but I didn't have like a sizable force, and that was Tomb Kings. Now I have that, so now I can somewhat legitimately claim that I do own every fantasy army. So that's kind of nice to get that checked off, because I checked off the last 40k army at the end of 2014. Although of course now they came out with Adeptus Mechanicus, which I don't have. So maybe I'll get that in 2016. So yeah, buying Christmas presents for me is difficult because I do have every faction. So last year, for instance, my wife got another copy of Dreadfleet, and I already owned a Dreadfleet, so she was kind of disappointed that she did that. But it's difficult to, unless I directly specify this is what I have, and it's a lot of lists and documents. But so what I did this year is I created a list of all the armies and the kits that would complement each one that I don't really have or have enough of. So she got me orcs, to my surprise. I also got a pack of bases, which I need bases. So I got 3 kits at Orcs. I got some Savage Orcs, I got a Ragnarok Spider, and some Mangler Squigs, which is awesome. I didn't have any Savage Orcs. That's something I don't have any of. Now I have at least a box. So I'll probably be doing Night Goblins or Moon Clan, I guess they're now called, in 2016. That's one of the armies I'm going to try to focus on. I also got some terrain for Age of Sigmar, which is good. That'll help with my battle reports, because right now every terrain I have is for traditional fantasy, and they're beautiful terrain sets, but they don't quite have the same look as what's going on in Age of Sigmar, and this will help to kind of broaden that out. And I also got big bad boy himself, Archaon. Now, it also means that Warriors of Chaos will probably be a focus in 2016 as well. Now, this was actually leaked I got it about a week ago. I didn't get it on Christmas because we were traveling in the car and my wife got a text and I grabbed the phone to see what it was. And, the way that these delivery companies work, right? They say, like, your order of Archaon Everchosen will be delivered by 4 p.m. And it's like, well, okay. So she was kind of disappointed that I found out ahead of time. So she just gave me the box when I got home. But, considering it's such a beautiful kit. So, well, as I said, Warriors of Chaos will be probably one of the armies I decide to paint 2016. I'll either do Slaanesh or Khorne. When I do my 2016, I'm not going to say it's like a resolution or a commitment, but kind of my plans for the new year, I'll have to make a decision. It'll either be Slaanesh, Warriors of Chaos, or Khorne. I might do Khorne, but we'll see. Who knows? But it's funny. I mean, it's an expensive kit. There's no question. But it's funny because you see so many pictures of it on social media. Like, I think either a lot of people are buying it, or those that do, immediately run on social media and are all super happy about it. But, I mean, I'll be following the GW tutorial with a couple minor changes. But I like it. And clearly. And so that is my December review of what I painted and got done. The models that were added to my collection. No books or anything this month. I wanted to order a few, but I think they'd arrive when I was away, and I didn't want them to be sitting on the porch. So that's it. We'll see if I get that demon video in the next couple days. And otherwise, I'll see you in 2016. I hope everyone had a good Christmas and have a happy new year.